I'm Teresa Hammonds. I'm the director here at the McKinney Center, and I want to welcome you to Ernest L. McKinney Day of Giving. This is a day that we take once a year in honor and in memory of Ernest L. McKinney and his wife Marion, but also it is a day that we raise money for our scholarship program, kindergarten through 12th grade. If a family has a financial need and they qualify for a scholarship, they will receive a free class every semester here at the McKinney Center. So we ask that today you take an opportunity to like us on social media, on Facebook, and also click that donation link that we'll be posting throughout the day and give whatever you can. And some people like to give things to the McKinney Center. We're always looking for donations, but this year we've created an Amazon wish list, and we'll be posting that link throughout the day as well. And you can access our Amazon wish list and purchase something and send it right to us. And we just greatly appreciate anything that you can provide for this day and keep us being able to meet our mission and do the things we do here at the McKinney Center. Now, I get the honor of introducing you to one of our awesome teachers, Miss Kay Grog. Thank you for being here, Kay.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm going to ask Kay a few questions, and she's going to do a demo for everyone to watch. And Kay, how long have you been teaching here at the McKinney Center?
100 years. No.
Forever.
I have been here 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
I guess. I think that's right. Yeah.
What did you do before you came here?
I was a high school art teacher. And
Yeah.
I want to say I taught at David Crockett High School. I was there for 25 years, and then I was in Bristol for several years there. But when I was at Tennessee, and when I was at David Crockett, Ernest McKinney was on our school board. And I had the pleasure of working with him a couple of times with our school improvement plan, and he was just a wonderful, wonderful gentleman.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a good memory. Well, Kay, if someone were to ask you about the McKinney Center, about teaching here, and what makes our classes or our faculty different, what would you say to them?
Well, one of the things that I notice with the teachers that I interact with, because we don't always come at the same time, are their enthusiasm for their subject matter.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Jess with clay and Donna with her children's classes.
Yeah.
And we have new teachers now that have come from other areas who bring a world of knowledge. Because I also work here as a host, I witnessed some of them actually teaching, just a few of them actually teaching, and they're very knowledgeable. They know what they're doing.
Awesome.
So it's wonderful.
So what's one of your favorite classes to teach?
Well, I teach Zentangle, which is a method of drawing. That one has been a real popular class, and that has gone on for several years. A couple of years ago, I taught an art history class and got a very good response from that, but it takes an awful lot of time to get prepared for it.
Yeah.
So I don't have a new one yet, but I could always do that one again. I enjoy that. And this is new. The one I'm going to do today is new for me to teach here. I was a photography major in college. I also was an art education major, obviously. And so we're going to work with cyanotype, which is an old. Photography itself is a fairly new art form. It was formed, or it started in the early 1800s. And this particular method of working with doing photograms, using the sun to put an image onto paper, was developed in 1842.
Oh, wow.
So it's been around a while.
Yeah.
It's getting a resurgence if you go to Pottery Barn on their website.
Yeah.
They sell these for $100
Wow.
or more.
Wow.
Yeah. So now you can learn to make your own.
Yeah. I love that you take things you have and you're just so creative. That's the experience that you get from being an art teacher, I'm sure.
Yes, giving kids ideas, for years and years, for 25 years, I gave them all of my ideas. Now that I've retired, I can do things that I had thought about doing but never had a chance to do my own work.
Well, and one of the things that we love well, we love having you on staff.
Thank
and
you.
you teach some wonderful classes, but also we get a lot of people that come in the McKinney Center to take your classes because they've had you in art class, or they'll say, oh, I know Miss Grog, and that's really fun.
Yeah.
Being a part of the community and getting to know people.
And that's one of the things that I like about working here is as I'm in the community a lot and see people and say, well, I work at the McKinney Center. Here's a catalog. Come see what we have to offer. Yeah. Whether they come take classes or not, at least promote the center.
Yep. Well, thank you. I'm going to let you get to your demo, and thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
And don't forget to go throughout the day, find those links, click on those links, and if you want to give in person, you can do that. You can stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can put a check in the mail. We're always looking for volunteers. So if you want to get involved, just give us a call. And we welcome you to the McKinney family. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. Thank you, Kay.
Thank you. Two chemicals, part A and B. One of them is potassium ferrocyanide.
Okay.
Potassium ferrocyanide, and that's part A. You can order these from, sometimes they even have them at Michael's, but you can get them at Jerry's Artarama. Part B is ferric ammonia citrate. So it's the combination of these two that gives you the blue color. And the blue color that it creates is, it's just a very, very dark blue. So we go from the very, very dark to the very, very bright. So what we did in the dark room is I mixed up the chemicals, part A and part B, and you put those together and you paint it on, and you can see where the paintbrushes, the edges of the paintbrush here and here. So you can see how it's starting to turn blue, and when that sort of washes out, but sometimes 15 or 20 minutes, like today's a great day because there are no clouds in the sky. There is an angle, so like noon in the summertime is the best because the sun's right over and it's not going at an angle. And you put the glass on it to hold it because it's got to be in direct contact with the paper. And so the glass holds it in place. You could use plexiglass, but the plexiglass actually absorbs some of the light rays, and so it takes longer to expose. Plain glass, what I do is, you can tell I've just used some scrap glass that I had. But the yellow that I put on there, on this one, that is turmeric, and I also sprayed a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And the apple cider vinegar acts like a resist. It sort of pushes the chemicals off to the side. I covered it in saran wrap or plastic wrap because that will also create patterns. And you can actually see the changes. It got real dark and now it's going back to different colors. Right, let's go do some water. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow.
That's pretty. Ooh.
Now, these will darken with time because what it's doing is it's oxidizing that blue, the chemicals. The ferric potassium ferrocyanide and the ferric ammonium citrate or actually iron. I get impatient, so I'm going to speed this process up just a little bit. Let me stick it in here for one more. Clean water, since the turmeric has gone in there. So I'm just going to take hydrogen peroxide. This is 3% hydrogen peroxide. Any percent is fine. I'm going to splash a little bit in here. See, now it automatically goes to the darkest blue. But with the turmeric, I still have a little bit of yellow. You can see where I splashed the vinegar. And it comes out to sort of an indigo or Prussian blue is the color, what the color is called. And if you'll notice what's happening here is where the light sort of came around underneath the leaf, I've got a little shadowing and shading in there, which is fun. You know, instead of having just a solid white, I think for today's sunlight, this was long enough. I think 12-minute exposure was perfect.